Hi, my name is Josued Hidalgo, and I am the music teacher at Angelica Center for Arts and Music, also known as ACAM. I began teaching here while I was in junior college at LACC about 11 years ago. At the beginning of my music career, I was recommended by the previous drum teacher to come teach for his classes. The drum teacher mentioned to me that he was leaving the job because he got a new job offer and that I will be a good fit for ACAM. I accepted this new opportunity. I began teaching three drum set classes and an ensemble class for percussion. As the years passed by, I gained experience teaching music and obtained my bachelor's degree in music education. I was offered to replace one of my drum classes into a theory and musicianship class. Soon after, in my ensemble class, I took the initiative to become the conductor because I saw the need for a primary conductor in the ensemble class. This is when I began to also gain more confidence in what I was doing in my career. The majority of our performances are at ACAM, and I think ACAM is in District 1. Um, the performance spaces are provided by Angelica Lutheran Church. Um, some of them are in different areas. When we are called out to go play at a park or at a festival, we play there. I live and I grew up in South Central LA, District 9, I believe. I have lived here for my entire life, and for the majority of those years, I have worked in Los Angeles. ACAM has served the greater Pico Union area and the nearby neighborhoods. The stats that I'm going to provide are from the Times 2020, actually 2022 for Pico Union. Pico Union is the most densely populated area of Los Angeles. Five statistics are that 42,324 is the population in 1.67 square mile. 25,352 people are per square mile. 1/3 are under age of from 19 years and younger. Latino is 85.4%. Whites are 3%. Asian are 7.6%. Black is 2.9%, and other is 1.1%. The median household income is 26,424. There's 23.3% are single parent in the household. 55% of them are 19 and older with no high school diploma. Median age is 27 years. Also, more specifically, 43.3% are Mexican, 9.1% are Salvadorian, and 64.6% are foreign born, which that equates about 27,346. The average client at ACAM are young parents with school-aged children. 100% of them are under the federal poverty level. Mostly Latino with some Asian, African American families. Also, almost 100% of them are immigrant families. In my classes, I have noticed 4 to 5 year olds that are very interested in my drum classes. During the pandemic in 2020, one of my Latina students was a 4-year-old when she began. I met her right before going into remote learning. She was very quiet and an introvert, I would say. Um, when ACAM switched to online learning on Zoom, I noticed a change in her and in all of my other students as well. Most of my students wanted to do the opposite and be more reserved and will leave the camera off. Some will leave their cameras on but will not pay attention because they would be watching TV at the same time. However, my 4 year old Latina student began to participate in my activities. I began to use more tools on Zoom that would make my lessons more interactive. She would engage by drawing and typing her answers. At the beginning of each class, I would provide a 5 minute safe space to dialogue about how they felt. First, they would begin by sharing an emoji, then or a one-word response um, on how they felt. I gradually increased the level of responses. They got to share something interesting they did over the weekend. I saw that this helped my Latina student open up more. She began to transfer her oral skills to our lessons. At one point, she would screen share on Zoom of a YouTube video of her favorite music videos, and she would share why this was her favorite. This would increase her responses. When we transferred back to in person at ACAM, I applied the same methods to create dialogue with my students. I began to see who they really are through their expression. They began to build character and the performance confidence to succeed in my music classes. I saw that my older elementary and middle school students began to benefit from this as well. I began to use this music. I began to use the music that they shared in my lessons, and also include the music that their parents would hear into the repertoire. This impacted the engagement in my music classes overall. They are engaged in classes for 4 to 5 days a week during a 38-week year session. 80% of the families continue from year to year, from 2 years up to 12 to 14 years. The diversity of the clientele in ACAM are 96% Latinos, 3% Asian, and 1 African American. 3 key partners are Angelica Lutheran Church that provides facilities and performance space, New City Parish, a group of 8 inner city churches that provide discounts for printing and performance opportunities. Margolis is a new facility that we have partnered with. It's a Hope Street Family Center that provides facilities for dance classes. From the past 3 to 5 years, we have participated in projects and events that promote community empowerment. The one project that I remember doing at ACAM, the Rainbow Project video during the pandemic, involved the majority of the ACAM students. This brought a sense of community during this harsh time where we were all isolated due to COVID. The ACAM ensemble, the one I conduct, has performed in various events and showcases, but in particular in the 20th anniversary celebration for Pico Union Neighborhood Council and the 20th anniversary celebration for Early Childhood Center at Angelica. I try to always encourage my students to participate in these projects or festivals/events because it's a great opportunity for them to see other works of art. We sometimes hear music and see art from different cultures. The new students do not really understand the exposure that they can get until after participating in a couple of them. After performing in a couple of these events outside of Angelica, um, they begin to see, or they start to appreciate the time spent performing at these events. For example, in both of the anniversaries, the 20th anniversary celebration for Pico Union Neighborhood Council and the 20th anniversary celebration for the Early Childhood Center at Angelica, have exposed the students to Asian traditions and Mexican traditions through their music and dance performances. We got to see this at the park, full performances at the park. All of this was taking place in the neighborhood park, actually, and it was free of charge. We saw other communities come together in unity. The parents and the students see the benefits of participating in these events because they see how the students get exposed to a lot of different cultures that exist in their vicinity. Sometimes they don't even know because they just stay inside the house. I noticed that they don't travel a lot. They just go to school and come back. So this is a good time for them to see what's out there. Lastly, we have committed to always showcase performances at the end of each session. We had about 3 concerts that have been open to the public, featuring dance, music, and theater classes, and this involves parents and students who set up the performance areas, serve food for after the event, and honor the teaching artists with crafts, with gift cards and thank you notes. Lastly, we also at the end of the year, we have breaks where we have workshops where we can all share and continue learning about our music career, improve the lessons so we can change each student at a time.